Mississippi, and beyond. What the sheriff is saying about this case and the mail recovered.
2 people are being questioned about a Ridgeland home invasion. We tell you what happened in a usually quiet subdivision. 16 WAPT News continues right now.
The one to watch. This is 16 WAPT News live at 5.
Officially recalled, Samsung has pulled the popular Galaxy Note 7 off the market. Good morning, I'm Aaron Pickens.
And I'm Keegan Fox. There is now an official recall for the 1 million Note 7s because they can explode or catch fire. What Samsung is now saying to customers who have these potentially dangerous smartphones. And some big games in college football. Alcorn State goes into triple overtime. Plus, a look ahead at some matchups in the SEC this weekend.
And here's a look at how things are rolling at I-55 at the Stack this morning. Looking good so far. Meteorologist Nathan Scott has more in weather first.
Good Friday morning, ladies. We are starting off the day once again with mostly clear skies and temperatures above average. For this time of year, we should be waking up with temperatures into the mid-60s. We are into the low to mid-70s all throughout central Mississippi, with the exception of Forest. You're at 68 this morning. It's 70 in Collins, 73 in Vicksburg, and 75 in Natchez. Here's your forecast for today. A mixture of sun and clouds, pretty much a repeat of what we saw on Thursday. The only difference is we've got a better chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms developing this afternoon and into this evening. Any storms that do develop could produce some gusty winds, also locally heavy downpours, and especially lightning. So watch out for that. If you do have any high school football games planned to go to, they might be affected by some of this weather.
All right, thanks, Nathan. Well, a man accused of killing 2 nuns is scheduled to have his preliminary hearing in Holmes County today.
Prosecutors will present evidence against Rodney Sanders in Durant Municipal Court. Sanders is charged with 2 counts of capital murder. He's accused of stabbing Sister Paula Merrill and Sister Margaret Held to death in their home in Durant last month. Investigators say they believe Sanders killed the women after he asked to mow their grass, and they said no. One man is headed to prison in connection with the corrections corruption case. Robert Simmons admitted to paying kickbacks to former prison commissioner Chris Epps and to William Martin, who was a Harrison County supervisor. Evidence shows Simmons' clients received millions of dollars worth of contracts. A judge sentenced him to 7 years and 3 months in prison.
Well, 2 people are in the Warren County jail accused of stealing mail. As 16 WAPT's Allie Ware reports, detectives believe the suspects tried to use those letters for a bigger plan.
A man and woman are facing felony charges in Warren County. The sheriff says they've been taking mail to steal identities.
The 12th, we received a call from an alert citizen that a black Dodge Ram pickup truck, that it appeared that the passenger was removing mail from the mailboxes.
Deputies tracked down that truck and arrested the driver.
It took investigators the better part of the first day to determine his true identity. He had several aliases.
They also took in the passenger. Both are being held in the Warren County Jail without bond for a felony charge of obtaining personal information for unlawful purposes.
The sheriff said the thieves went into subdivisions off of Porter's Chapel Road like this one, went to mailbox after mailbox, and took what was inside.
We have recovered mail from over 70 different locations in the Warren County, Vicksburg area. There's also mail in there from Copiah County, Mississippi, mail from Arizona and California, none of which belong to the 2 occupants.
Since mailboxes do belong to the government, the 2 could also be facing federal charges.
The U.S. Postal Inspectors are running a parallel investigation as this may relate to any federal offenses that may have occurred.
In Vicksburg, Allie Ware, 16 WAPT News.
Well, the sheriff says all the mail found will be redelivered. Well, 2 people are in custody after a home invasion in Ridgeland. It happened Monday morning at a house in the Wendover subdivision off Rice Road. Ridgeland police are questioning the 2 after a homeowner said 2 men walked up to him in his garage as he was about to leave home. He says they forced him inside where his wife was sleeping. The man says one of the men hit them, then ransacked the home and stole several pieces of jewelry. Many were surprised to hear about the crime happening in their neighborhood.
We hadn't even heard about this incident.
No. Thought it was a safe neighborhood. Still think it's a safe neighborhood.
Police have not named the people that they're questioning. Well, new lofts will soon be going up in downtown Jackson.
It's an effort to revitalize that area. 16 WAPT's Ann Parker joins us live on West Capitol Street with more on this project. Ann.
Good morning, Keegan and Aaron. The developer of these lofts said construction is going to start immediately. They're going to be here in the 200 block of West Capitol Street. Of course, this is right across the street from the King Edward Hotel. Now, this project was first proposed in 2012, but had a few financial setbacks. As of this week, it's official. According to the Mississippi Business Journal, it's going to cost $10.4 million. HRI Property says the goal of these 31 lofts is to continue to help revitalize downtown and provide affordable housing geared towards artists. The MBJ reports the rent will range from $250 to $675 depending on what your income is. And in a press release, the governor said he's excited to see this very worthwhile and important project finally come to fruition. Now, HRI Properties, the developer, is the same developer who did all of the renovations on the King Edward Hotel as well as the Standard Life building. You can even see here they've got their public notice already posted to get construction started right away, and these are expected to be finished in a year. For now, we're live in downtown Jackson. Ann Parker, 16 WAPT News.
Thanks, Ann. Developing this morning, there is now a formal recall in place for 1 million Galaxy Note 7 smartphones. That's because there is a danger of the phone's batteries overheating and causing a major fire. There have been about 100 reports of overheating. Airline passengers are even being ordered not to bring those phones on planes unless they are turned off and to not charge those phones during the flight. The company is trying to figure out if other models are at risk.
But the company was adamant that the batteries were only in the Note 7.
We'll see. I hope they're right, but we'll see.
We did not meet the standard of excellence that you expect and deserve. For that, we apologize.
Samsung says Note 7 replacement devices will be available at most retail locations no later than next Wednesday. They are also offering a refund. Meanwhile, the new iPhone 7 hits store shelves today, but if you're hoping to get your hands on one, good luck. Apple says the new phones will be in short supply and all of the pre-orders for the 7 Plus are sold out. Apple also says walk-in customers will not be able to get the 7 in jet black, though other retailers may have some in stock. Burlington Coat Factory is officially opening its new location in the Metro today. The clothing store is on East County Line Road at County Line Plaza. A ribbon-cutting ceremony is at 9:30 this morning. The company says the new store has created 75 new jobs.
Well, a power outage caused chaos at Forest Hill High School. School administrators say the power went out around 11 o'clock. Well, around that same time, witnesses say fights broke out between students. Several of them called 911. Others called their parents.
What'd your kids tell you happened?
He ain't said nothing. He got a knot on his face. Something to be done.
They need to get together with these faculty. They need to get together with these teachers to learn each child and how to talk and handle these children. And then we can be able to, take care and save these kids. Because all they're doing is fighting. Once they fight, they're going to leave school and go in the neighborhood and pick up something and what?
Are you afraid when your son comes to school?
Of course, all the time.
School leaders wouldn't tell us whether any students were arrested. Well, the search for a missing man is over. Family members posted on social media that 65-year-old Harold Buchanan was found around 10 last night. They say friends helping with the search found him in a wooded area near his North Jackson home. They say he was dehydrated and had bug bites, but was okay.
Reservoir police have identified the man they found floating in the Pearl River in Rankin County. They found the body of 67-year-old Philip Wayne Jeffress yesterday. Officers found him between the Ratliff Trading Post and Houseboat Island. Police say it appears Jeffress was fishing on the river when he went overboard. They do not suspect foul play at this time. Jackson police are looking for the person who ran over a man on I-55 and kept going. This happened yesterday morning near the Beasley Road exit. The fatal hit and run shut down the northbound lanes of I-55 for more than 3 hours. There is still no word on the identity of the man killed. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any information.
Oh, it was a nail-biter in the SWAC as Arkansas Pine Bluff took on Alcorn in a triple overtime game. Both teams fumbled their possessions away in the first overtime and traded touchdowns in the second. But UAPB rallied from a 16-point fourth-quarter deficit. They upset the two-time defending conference champs 45-43 in that third overtime. Well, Jackson State University's first home game is tomorrow, and there's a new rule that you need to know about. There's a new clear bag policy at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The guidelines are on JSU's website. For example, ladies can have a clutch handbag or a wallet, but no large purses. Mississippi State has a similar policy. Jackson State versus conference rival Grambling State is at 6 tomorrow evening.
In the SEC, Mississippi State is making a trip to Death Valley, taking on number 20 LSU. The Bulldogs opened SEC play last week with a convincing 27-14 win over South Carolina. Kickoff against the Tigers is at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. And Alabama leads the all-time series with Ole Miss in football, but for the last 2 years, the Rebels have knocked off the top-ranked Crimson Tide. Tomorrow in Oxford, Bama takes on Ole Miss to open up SEC play for the Rebels this season. Kickoff is at 2:30. And don't forget about high school football and Blitz 16, our Sonic game of the week. Jackson Prep taking on Madison Ridgeland Academy. Each team always looks forward to this game in the season. Be sure to tune in to 16 WAPT News and our latest edition of Blitz 16 tonight for all of your high school football highlights from around the state. A California high school student has declined to participate in the Pledge of Allegiance since second grade.
Yeah, she says her teacher is now docking her grades because of it. Bianca Gralou explains.
Leilani Thomas has been sitting out the Pledge of Allegiance since way before she knew who Colin Kaepernick was. The Native American high school student has been protesting silently since she was in second grade.
My dad and my mom brought up what it meant to us and our people and what happened, the history. So I just started sitting down.
But for the first time, a teacher at Lower Lake High School took issue with it and docked her participation grade for not standing.
She told me that I was being disrespectful, and I was pretty mad because she was being disrespectful towards me also, and saying that I'm making bad choices and I don't have the choice to sit down during the pledge.
Superintendent Donna Becknell is standing by Leilani and the other student who chose to sit. When asked why, the superintendent says because of the First Amendment.
They have the same right when they walk through the door into the schoolhouse that anybody else does.
The superintendent says it's district policy to respect the students' free speech, and they switched Leilani and her friend to another teacher after learning about the incident. Leilani says she will continue to sit, and she's getting the support of many of her classmates.
I'm understanding it more that it means a lot to a lot of people and to a lot of my people also.
I asked the superintendent what consequences, if any, the teacher would face. She said she could not discuss that with me. It's confidential because it's personnel matters. In Lower Lake, Bianca Gralou, ABC 10 News.
Ahead, Donald Trump takes on the president's berth once again, and Hillary Clinton returns to campaigning after having pneumonia. Your Commitment 2016 headlines are coming up.
Let's take a live look outside this morning at the state capitol in downtown Jackson. How is the forecast looking on this Friday? Meteorologist Nathan Scott is back to tell us all about it right after the break. It's 5:43. You're watching 16 WAPT News.
Comfort Style